Alrighty guys, looks like these things are still charging, which I find impossible. This one's done. Come on, give me a second here. Ugh. Really? Okay. That's why I wasn't. That's for a Type-C connector. Anyways, solar's doing good. It's 3:45, July 23rd. Way back there. So I'm back, guys. Friday. I'm staying over tonight. Got a massive mess to clean up before then, though, and some vinegar to put on this door, or not door, wall. See how we made out from our nasty to back here, our bleach treatment. So looks like the bleach seemed to eat up and fix a good chunk of the wood, but not everything. And this guy is smooth and dry, rock hard. All the bolts and everything. Very good. Sweet. So I think I'm going to leave this mess for now. Well, actually, I'll probably clean this up, because I'm going to reinstall the composting toilet back where it goes, right there, for today, and go from there. So they're calling for rain tonight. Oh my. So I want to be here for that, to see any possible leaks. But in the meantime, guys, I got a lot of cleaning to do, so I'm going to get to it and not spend a whole lot of time on the camera, okay? Oh, I love off-grid air conditioning. So wonderful. So I set the bed up, guys, for tonight. I'm leaving the air on. I shut basically everything off, including my entertainment setup and my battery chargers back there and the fridge, because I'm going to try to drastically drop the humidity in the tiny house for sleeping. So I got to take off for an hour or so and then come back, and by then I'll shut down the window shaker here and go to town. I'll show you the path I cleared. It's not much of a path, but I got my little rope LED light all the way down. I just wiped down the well, this section here anyways, but I wiped this guy down with vinegar, that high-test cleaning vinegar. Little rope light going. I'm gonna grab another can of one of these cans and bring it back with me, because I'm gonna need it for doing this corner. And I kind of just set up the toilet for tonight, and I got the rope light in behind, kind of just for lighting, and pretty ghetto setup, but I still got a lot of work to do back here to concentrate on fixing a lot of stuff. I just resprayed this with bleach there and underneath this pipe here, underneath the new bypass. So I'm kind of just gonna try to stay out of this area. I sealed up the tiny house though, but I didn't do a whole lot of bleaching, but still probably not the best. So I'm gonna let the air run for, like I say, a few hours, then I'll be back at the tiny house. Visit with my brother went good. We got our stuff dropped off for work wise and all that as well, and I brought home leftover pizza. Where my brother lives, they have a restaurant or chain called Papa John's Pizza, and I think it's my favorite pizza, period, going, and damn good. So I'm gonna enjoy some leftovers of that tonight for dinner here at the Off-Grid Tiny House, and look forward to the rain later tonight to look and check, particularly in the corners of the back there I may have to move the totes if it does start raining, just to look and observe in the corners. Now the corner that's got the totes in front of it's kind of sealed up. Well, rocker guard and spray foamed, and on the outside as well. Well, this guy is rocker guarded inside and out now, but just lacking the spray foam. That hence why I'm going to go grab another can of that foam to bring over. And this area here is probably going to eat up a good chunk of that can, because this one's on its way out already. And I find if you empty this one and swap cans right away, you don't have to worry about cleaning your gun out. As long as you pull the trigger and let some of the new can run through first, then you'll never have issues of it blocking up on you, which is awesome. Love that gun style. That's pretty sweet, whoever came up with that. So, pretty comfortable in here for now, guys. I did a little cleanup pathway. I know I'm living in a construction zone, and but that, at least the bleaching definitely took care of that mold on the wet rot back there. It let it air. Well, basically, by removing that lumber and all that crap out of there, I'm letting the air get to it and air dry it out, which it did. And I also then bleached it and let that sit on there, and that's going to go in and kill all the nasties, and hopefully not my lungs as well. Now, one thing I didn't tell you guys, or maybe I did, the day I dug into that corner, precautionary, I went home, got my nebulizer, filled it with some colloidal silver, and nebulized myself. Now, I didn't put the mask right over, but I was just breathing it in from a distance, lightly, to get the silver, colloidal silver, into my lungs, to possibly kill precautionary any mold that I may have possibly have been exposed to. But like I say, I haven't had any respiratory issues whatsoever, so I'm just doing precautionary at this stage. Anyways, I think I'm gonna get out of here for a bit, and then I have some stuff loaded on the thumb drive on the Android box that I'm gonna watch tonight, which will be cool, giving me a little break away from the action. And then I'm officially caught up with work, so that means, guys, guess what? I'm gonna be here working for the majority of the week, which is gonna be awesome. Now, I've had requests from my good buddy High-Tech i18 to bring, he's like, bring the laptop, let's live stream this. This is a disaster zone, and the last place I want to bring my laptop is here at this point in time. Sorry, Stu. Just because, you know, Stu picked out my laptop. He recommended it, and it's amazing. Woohoo! So, thumbs up for Stu. He designed the solar. Sweet. But I have to fix my mess, which is the tiny house. And unfortunate circumstances arrived where I discovered leaks, and discovered them a little too late. But half of the tiny house is taken care of, as far as I know. Now, I'm going to be watching up here where my rags are for any possible water leaks from this rain tonight, and same with that towel up there. So that's what I'm going to be on the lookout for. And then in the back corner where I rocker guarded, where it was really bad wet rot, I'm going to look for that, and so on and so forth. But at least half the trailer's done. The Eternal Bond tape is still on its way sometime. I got 2 rolls coming. But I'm seriously going to do the vertical strips first. Both sides and those corners first with the Eternal Bond roll, and worry about the roof later, believe it or not, because those areas were extremely bad and have to be dealt with. Now, I also want to do the rivets under my gutter system. I'm going to re-rocker guard them all, leave them for a day, then eternal bond every single rivet, and go from there. Then, with whatever I have left over, do the roof edge or rim to see if that's going to do it. Now, I already, with my leftover pieces, guys, I showed you outside there, I have a strip over the edge where I thought it possibly could be leaking in, causing these drips. So I have one on here, and I have one on there, but I don't know if I got them perfect yet. So I'm waiting on this rain tonight to either confirm or deny my work. Though I don't know how big of a rain it's going to be. When I was here and found those leaks, it was like torrential downpour. You guys heard it and saw all those videos. If you missed those videos, just subscribe to my YouTube channel here and go check them out. They're pretty insane. Other than that, almost half the tiny house is done, but I had to dig into the really hard area where the IBC totes are to handle that situation. Now the bypass is on, guys, so I should get 0 water in the tiny house. It'll all go back outside, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for tonight, because nothing's hooked up, and that would be a disaster. So the bypass is on. It's going to get rid of all that water for me, and I go from there. Now, what a project. What a project. So guys, I appreciate all my patrons out there helping me out, supporting me financially throughout this project. I need more of you, because the more the better. It'll offset my losses from YouTube, and in turn it'll give me money to get the rest of this tiny house project done, so I can friggin' move in full time and actually start using my laptop and Starlink and all that fun stuff. And batteries. The battery situation, I looked on eBay for the similar batteries. Still no word from the supplier. He said end of this month though. Now, if that doesn't happen, I have discovered on Amazon, Amazon.ca, that I can get 12 volt, 100 amp hour, brand name lithium iron phosphate batteries for cheaper than these guys. Okay, Renogy brand. They make solar panels, they make solar equipment. Renogy, I think that's how you pronounce it, but it's a brand name. Has all the BMS and cold temp protections. They even have one that's $1,000 that has a special BMS that self-heats the batteries to stop any low temperature charging. But I don't need that, because I have 5 volt USB heater mats that work perfectly fine and draw probably a whole lot less than the BMS would. So pretty amazing. That is another source, Amazon.ca. If these batteries I can no longer get, I'd like to pair the same brand to same brand, because High Tech Guy 18, the electrical guru and more, has advised me keep everything the same, do not mix and match, because you're going to end up with issues. So I'm going to follow his words and do that. Now, it's all I can do basically, guys. That's the way it is. So I'm going to leave the camera here. I'm going to go bring in my leftovers, leave them here, and then I'm going to bring a couple sodas back, and that'll be my big party Friday night. Oh, amazing. Because I got a whole week worth of work here now, and there's tons of work here, so I'm not going to be bored, that's for sure. Now, normally what I do is when I stay over Friday, I don't work the following day here. I just screw off and go do something else just to get away. But That's probably going to be the case this time as well. But then again, I'll hit it hard on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all the way through again, and go from there and see how much I get done. I got some good progress done. It's a long way till winter still, so not bad. We're only the 23rd of July, and you're saying, what? What do you mean 23rd of July? This video is brand new on YouTube. Yeah, it is, but for you it's old, because unless you're a Patreon member, Patreon members get all my stuff the day or day or two after I shoot it, basically, almost live. They get it all first. And to become a Patreon member, just join the Off Grid Tiny House on Patreon. It's $1 a month. You guys get all my content immediately as I post it before YouTube, and you get it ad-free, uncut, and you get to chat with me. And if you stay a Patreon member, I credit you in all future videos as long as you stay a Patreon member. So it's pretty good. Now, I have some Patreon members who dip out once in a while, and their credit stays in the videos until I change it, and that's fine. But because I schedule so many videos ahead of time, it just works out that way. And then for my new Patreon members, they're like, hey, how come you're not crediting me in your videos? Well, same reason. I've scheduled way out, and if you join now, you'll see your credit a couple months later, basically. But don't worry, you're still, in the meantime, you're still getting all my live content on Patreon first to watch and enjoy. So, not too shabby. And it's only $1 a month, guys. Some people give more, and I appreciate that. Some people give way more, and I definitely appreciate that, because without them, this project would be taking like decades to do, and we're closing in on decades at this point because of the slow bleeding of YouTube financially from the project's money. But the Patreon are coming up and to the rescue, so the more the better. The more Patrons I actually have, the less each person has to give out too as well. So, you know, it works out if it's a collective type deal, right, guys? So that's kind of where, like, if I had 100 patrons, that's $100 almost a month. That could get me some serious progress done. Now I have a goal on there for a future goal of 200 a month at some point. Hopefully someday my channel will reach that for supporters, and that would definitely help pay the rent, pay the Starlink, and pay for projects, and on and on and on. But in the meantime, I gotta bust butt and get moving. So see you guys later.